everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the USADA Pitch. I'm your host, Avery Walker, and I'm joined today by Kris Forberg, a USADA doping control officer and regional team lead who's been with USADA for nearly 20 years. Kris, thanks for joining us.
Sure, you're welcome. It's my pleasure to be here today.
Awesome. So most recently, Kris has taken an active role in the implementation of Project Believe, which is USADA's virtual testing program that's allowed us to continue collecting samples while still complying with those physical distancing protocols that are in place around the country. So Kris, are you ready to give us a little insight on this project from the DCO perspective?
Absolutely, I'm ready.
Perfect. So what was your initial reaction when you heard that virtual testing would be implemented in response to the virus?
Well, USADA's mission is, our mission statement is to preserve the integrity of competition, to inspire true sport, and to protect the rights of athletes. So at one point in my USADA career, I can recall our CEO, Travis Tygart, saying simply this: we partner with clean athletes. And at that point in time, when our nation was slowly going into this stay-at-home mandate and we weren't quite sure what was going on within the nation, athletes started to call our office and they were quite concerned. Are you going to shut down? What's going to happen with drug testing? Travis, what are you going to do? We have a mandate with these athletes, and we need to show them that we're looking out for their best interests. And we have an amazing staff in our office. And what they did was they sat down, they rolled up their sleeves, and they said, you know what? Something has to happen. We are open. We're not going to close. We're going to continue on. We're going to fight the good fight for these athletes.
That's awesome. So this is a pretty innovative project in general, but what do you think is the most innovative part of the virtual testing process?
I think the obvious answer and probably the most simplistic answer is what you and I are even doing right now. I see you on my screen, you see me on your screen, and it's been fun, especially with the stay-at-home mandate. And I think it's been actually healthy for these athletes to see someone else besides, a virtual coach or maybe somebody from their governing body. And I think they've actually received it and welcomed it, and it's been pretty fun. So besides that, I think that what our staff did to implement all of this has been truly amazing and astounding. When I watch these athletes go through this process, I need to commend them for what they're doing, because they're really doing what I normally do or other DCOs do when we're at their house with them. They're sticking I have all the supplies here for when I'm ready. We have the cups here, and they're putting the temperature monitor on themselves. They have their test strips. They're measuring the specific gravity. They're packaging everything up into a UPS lab pack and getting ready. There's quite a few more steps for them to go through. And I think the one amazing aspect of all of this is they're actually taking their own blood. They're not sticking a needle into their vein per se, but they're sticking one of our devices. And I have it right here. One of these devices on the side of their arm, they're pressing the button, a small little micro needle goes into their arm, and boom. And it's really been an amazing experience to see these athletes step up and come to the plate ready to swing for a home run. And they've all done it. It's been an amazing experience with them.
Very nice. If I got a vote, I think I would have to say it's the Tasso device too, and that, painless blood collection. That's just amazing. We're working back into in-person testing too. So can you talk about some of those safety precautions that have been put in place?
Sure. Our athletes can rest assured that we have their safety and best interest at heart. Our office staff have they've looked at all of the guidelines in the necessary places with the WHO, the CDC, what have you, and they have gotten us ready to go out and to safely and effectively knock on athletes' doors. We all have masks. We have masks to offer an athlete if they don't have one. We have hand sanitizer. We have Clorox wipes. And athletes, you may not have been able to find this stuff, but somehow we've managed to come up with a lot of it. So rest assured, you're going to be safe, and we're going to have the protective equipment ready to go. We're required to answer a questionnaire every single day that we go out to test. It's not once a month. It's not once a week. It's every single day. And the office staff want to know, are you sick? Are you showing any signs? question after question. And if any of these raise any concerns, obviously we're going to tell our office staff beforehand, but a red flag would go up, and we won't knock on that door. And if need be, we'll send somebody else to that area that needs to be there. So rest assured, athletes, we have your health and well-being in place and in mind, along with the DCOs.
That's perfect. Well, thanks so much, Kris. That information and insight has been super helpful.
Sure, you're welcome. Thanks for having me today.
Awesome. Well, that's it for today, but let us know if you have any questions out there, and stay tuned for another episode of The Pitch.